Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, beautiful people. Beautiful people, welcome back to the Anderson's channel today. If you are new here, guys, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much for being here again for another video. So in today's video, guys, I'll be doing a story time for you guys. I've never shared my story with you guys, really. I've shared bits and pieces, but not in depthly. So I've decided that I'm gonna do a story time today for a number of reasons, and hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you guys like it so much that you like the video, and also that you leave a comment and just let me know that you are enjoying the content that you are seeing on this channel. What we do here, guys, is just we share life experiences. We're living in Canada, so most of that experience is in and around life in Canada, but ultimately we also share life experiences as well, in terms of shared, so that other persons can be motivated as well. And today's video, guys, it's actually a very sad day. I recently found out that I lost a childhood friend, somebody who we pretty much grew up together. And condolences to his family, condolences to all of his friends, and it's just a really, really sad time because, especially because he was young. He was 29 years old, guys, and unfortunately he died recently. Cause of death is estimated is determined to be COVID, but there's a number of factors that is surrounding that. But condolences to his family and all his friends, and yeah. But you know what, guys, what that has allowed me to do is to appreciate life a bit more. Like, for example, I'm 32, right? And in my head, I'm not that young, but obviously I'm not that old either. So no one is expected to is expecting to die like early in their lives and stuff like that. So because of that, it has really and truly like given me a wake-up call to appreciate life a bit more than I did. I always used to appreciate life, but what this has taught me is that life is definitely not as long as we think it is. So a lot of the things that we want to do in life, now we keep putting it off to say, okay, we'll probably do it next year, probably we'll do it next month, probably we'll do it probably another 2 years from now. Who knows, guys? We probably don't have that long. So the best way to go about it is to just do it now. So who is Dems, right? So many of you guys know already, my name is Demar. I am a Jamaican, first and foremost, living in Canada for the past 2 years, right? I'm here with my wife Natasha and my daughters now, Malika and Malia. That's our family, beautiful family. Nats and I have been together for almost 10 years, and we've been married for going on 3 years now. We got married in February 2019, and so February in 2022 will make it 3 years since we were married. And our first daughter is Malika is 4-year-old, and our second daughter Malia is only 2 weeks old by the time you guys are seeing this video. So that's what my family is like now. We have a very beautiful family, but guys, you know what, it wasn't always like this. So I was born in the beautiful parish of Portland in Jamaica. I was born, my mother and father was not married at all. They were barely even co-parents together, to be honest. In my earlier years, I'd say between birth to like 4 years old, I have no or little recollection of my father. But you know what, guys, when I became 5 years old, my father decided that he wanted my brother and my sister at the time, who both shared both parents at the time. I do have other siblings, but on my mother's side, and also have siblings on my father's side who are not like for each other. But I have a brother and a sister. 3 of us are for the same mother and the same father. So yeah. So when I was like 5 years old at the time, my older brother, he was 7 years old, and my sister was 2 years old. At the time, my father decided that he wanted us to come and spend summer holiday with him. So my father lived in Spanish Town in a community called De La Vega City. That's where I ended up spending all of my life, pretty much prior to the past, I'd say 5 years. But all my life was spent there prior to my earlier years and the past 5 years. So in long and short, my father convinced my mother that, you know what, he wanted his kids to come and spend summer holidays with him. At this point, guys, my father was then married, and my stepmother ended up having other kids, but that's another story. So we came to Spanish Town, intended to spend summer holidays, and then the rest was history. We didn't go back to Portland at all. In terms of long and short, my father ended up basically taking from my mother, in a nutshell. But do I regret that? No, I don't, because I think that has given me, or us, my brother and sister included, a better life in terms of we got a better education. And also, where we were born in Portland, there weren't many opportunities, so we would have probably turned a farmer or something if it is that he never do that. So we're eternally grateful for that. Now, what was life like in De La Vega City? So that family structure for me, I'd say my father was like, he tried his best, but he wasn't always there in terms of the type of job that he did required him to travel a lot in terms of, he was a technician. So there were times when he was like in other parts of the island working for like days or weeks apart. So you wouldn't see him. So predominantly we were there with our stepmother and our stepsisters. And a lot of stuff that happened was like, I'd say, we never really get that family structure in terms of that love that I'm even now trying to get bring up in my daughters, and even many of you guys watching this video probably would have experienced. It was more like you do your chores, you get food, and people supposed to just know say you love them, and that's it. I remember, guys, as a kid growing up, I would never say that I had to go to my bed hungry, because I've never really experienced that. Things were never ever perfect, and we never like secretly got what we wanted to eat. But you know what, guys? We always got something to eat, and that was predominantly like very, very important for a kid at that point in time. However, guys, the love and the affection that a child needs to know that the sense of security was there wasn't necessarily exuded, so that allowed me to then become, I'd say, envious a lot of my friends who ended up have family members, family structures where they got that love and affection. So obviously you became friends with them now, so you went around them and you see what it is like, and when you go back to your household, it was a little bit different. So then that kind of caused a lot of self-esteem and a lot of I would say self-insecurities of yourself, the feeling of wondering if you're enough, the feeling of wondering if you are, you know, all of them things there. And in all of that, wanting that fatherly love, right? I remember going to primary school. I think, you know, every September I get new clothes, new shoes, whatever. So I remember I got a pair of shoes. I think I was in like grade 4 at the time. I remember I got a pair of shoes, and yeah, I mean, you're a kid, right? You don't know what is good and what is bad, so you wear it. So as a kid also, you're in primary school, you're gonna be like playing with your friends, you're gonna be running up and down, you're gonna be playing, you know, different things. You're gonna be kicking this and that and that and that. So I remember, I don't know, like it was an expensive shoes, not at all. It was like the cheapest of the cheapest shoes, right, guys? So I remember long and short, by November month, and the shoes mash up. Then I ended up got a new one, of course, another cheap one. At the time, based on the fact that I have bow legs, I walk with my feet pointed outwards, so the back of the shoes would rub. But many persons who have bow legs would understand what I'm talking about. The heel would rub all the way down to the ground, and then that would cause a hole to go into the bottom. And since we become old enough and can't buy my own shoes, I think that happen again. But as a kid, you used to walk down the heel of your shoes, and a lot of that was involuntary. So that happened to the second shoes, long and short, and there was a big hole in one of the foot them, and then long and short, the shoes mashed up too. And this was by January. So I remember my stepmother comment was, they bought me 2 pairs of shoes, and it was just January. And bear in mind that are cheap shoes, and they're not gonna be buying any more shoes. And as a kid in 4th grade, what I had to do was to wear different foot of shoes, guys, go to school. I remember I had to wear the left foot of one pair that was never mashed up, that wasn't destroyed, and I had to wear the right foot of the other shoes that wasn't destroyed. And I remember that left such an indelible mark on my life in terms of even that earlier age. I'm thinking to myself, and I'm like, I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed, and that caused me to have a lot of resentfulness towards my family per se, because I'm like, why was I forced to do these things as a kid? And I'm like, how hard was it to just buy good shoes? You understand what I'm saying? How hard was it to be a good shoes? I cannot tell a kid not to play or not to do anything at school, because a kid is a kid. So long and short, that kind of left a mark on my life. So I then developed what I would call anxiety, and also some form of mental instability in terms of self, right? And also, I never consider myself to be the cutest from morning. So imagine I wear 2 different foot of shoes go to school. I am not the cutest boy in our class anyway. And you know kids are horrible. So when you go to school and like you try to not make it obvious, you try to hide it, you try to all of them little thing there, and then of course when time somebody find out say I have 2 different foot of shoes are weird, the mocking, the teasing is indescribable. So long and short, guys, I finished that. I went to high school. High school was a bit better because of course I was never the dumbest kid in the class, neither was I like the smartest kid in the class either. I'm not saying that I'm like brilliant or anything like that, but I used to get good grades, and all of getting good grades and all of these things, before that though, my stepmother migrated to one of those, I think it's called a US Virgin Islands, one of them, I don't remember, one of them country there, and she's still living there now, when I was in grade 5, and then my father ended up migrating there when I was in grade 6. And then, so what happened was I pretty much had to then, me, my brother, my sister had gone back to Portland at this point in time. Me and my brother had to then basically be there with our stepsisters. Oh yeah, if you ever watch, which one of them series? Is it Cinderella and the 4 Stepsisters? I don't remember. But guys, I'm going to tell you, Cinderella or Snow White or whoever it is, they have this stepsister them, and I have nothing for me. I'm telling you this, guys, like legit, guys, if I didn't develop like insurmountable mental strength, they would have broken me. I would not have been here right now sharing this video with you guys right now. I'm telling you, I've been through like the worst of verbal abuse where there are concerns and stuff like that. And yeah, you get older and you get over it, and you develop your own personality and develop character, and all of those stuff has made me the person who I am today, because right now nothing can move me, and I love myself more above everything. But anyways, then at high school, one thing I can never say about my father, I never allow him kids to go to bed hungry, and neither did he allow his kids to go to school without lunch money and them thing there. So even though he was overseas, him always make sure about every weekend him send me money forward and we go to school alright and all of them things. But pretty much we grow ourselves from there for on. And done high school and now we go to community college, we do things, and that was when the support ended totally. The support totally ended there, and of course I got a job like based on, I would say, my qualifications at the time and my character. I got a very good job. I got a job at Sagicor, and I was doing good. I was doing good, but as soon as that money they start coming in, you're going right back in that little phase there as a kid. In terms of you start making your own money, you start making your own little thing, and then long and short, you never make certain wise decision that if you look back on the situation, you'll be like, oh, I should have done this, or I should have done that, kind of thing. So that really and truly was, for me, it's given me a lot of work experience, but in terms of accomplishment, I really didn't accomplish much. And I blame that on the fact that I really never have that support from, as a youth, you need that support from the older persons, your parents, your grandparents. Some people have auntie, uncle, somebody. If you give her that guidance to let her know, say, boy, this is how that's supposed to go and that is how that is supposed to go. I never have that. My father never even teach me how to drive. My father always have a car and is more like, okay, and just go do him thing. My father didn't even teach me how to drive. I had to learn to drive on my own from friends and stuff like that and things like that. But growing up, and then time passed, make a lot of mistakes and stuff like that, and then I started looking at my life, and I'm like, do I really want to be in this position for the rest of my life? And I had no pathway. Even though my father was overseas, I had no pathway of going overseas, guys. Like I couldn't even see myself being overseas. I had no idea how that would have happened for me, because I didn't have any family members, quote unquote, overseas who know about would file for me or would send for me or whatever. I didn't have that. So I literally had no clue how I would have gotten overseas. And then I met Nats. And then of course we have shared our story as already in terms of when we just met. Things never perfect and we had to struggle a lot, right? But then we developed goals and real ambition, and we really supported each other. And then we decided that, you know what, we're gonna try that Canada thing here. When we were deciding to try the Canada thing, guys, we had no money. We literally had no money, guys, and we are like, how it gonna work? And then we procrastinated about it for like a year or two. This was even before our daughter was born. And then, long and short, not never come of it. We just put it in the back of our mind because we never have no money. We never have a clue how it's going to go and all of them things there and stuff. And then we just, just do 9 to 5, not get a little work, a red stripe, or do a little contract work. And, that are going alright. And then we get a job where we could, we live an alright life at this point in time. But then our daughter was born. And then she was born with, they call it dysmorphic features, which ultimately is like she has like a syndrome or autism or no more different things was off. And we knew that from birth. And we were like, oh my God, like this is like having gone through a shit life so far. And Nats has gone through, pardon my language by the way, and Nats has gone through even worse life so far. We're like, yo, oh, we are going to manage, and we were like so depressed. And the worst part is we couldn't even have shared it with any friends or family that our daughter was delayed. So we tried to make everything feel as normal as possible because people in Jamaica just don't understand. They're not that they just don't understand, but they are like legit, they don't have any sympathy, they don't have any empathy for persons who have kids with developmental delays or any form of thing like that. And we were like, you know what? We cannot allow our daughter to grow up in Jamaica because there's going to be little to no option for her to survive in terms of independence and get the help that she needs. And that was when we started thinking about Canada again. We started thinking about Canada again, not because of us, but because of our daughter, really. So that really pushed us now at the point in time that we decided that, you know what, we're gonna make a push. And then we started penciling out what's the best way to get to Canada. And then based on research, we realized that studying in Canada is probably the best way to get permanent residency and citizenship. It's not the only way, but for the average person, it's probably the best way. So we started thinking about it and we were like, okay, who's gonna apply for school? Is it gonna be me? Is it gonna be you? And then we talked about it, and then because Nats never really got as far as she wanted in school in terms of she did graduate high school and she did little courses here and there, but she never really get that college experience, which we are trying to change right now. Pretty soon, guys, you're gonna be seeing Nats in college, and she's really excited about it, and she's really excited to share that journey with you guys as well. Leave a like on the video, by the way, guys, if you're really happy that Nats is taking this step. But for me, I went to Portmore Community College, and then that kind of gave me an edge. So I decided that, you know what, it's best if I did it. And then we just started doing a bag of research, a bag of research. We started doing a whole lot of research, guys. Like we weren't even sleeping. We were laid up in bed at night, just reading, just watching videos, just finding out all we could about the process, about the ins and outs, what caused persons to get refused, what caused persons to get approved, and all of those stuff, guys. We invested so much time into it. We had to do it on our own because we couldn't afford even an agent. So we ended up figuring out that, you know what, Grand Prairie would have been the best option. And the reason why Grand Prairie would have been the best option is because Nats has a sister who's a permanent resident, or I think she's a citizen now, living in Grand Prairie. She came here, her husband is a citizen and they got married, so she moved here. But at the time, they'd never have a good relationship, so it wasn't a case that we could have like just reach out to her readily and stuff like that, because them and them thing, we're not getting at that. But it wasn't like tight relationship where like close and stuff like that. So I said, boy, you know, say, yo, we have to go reach out to her enough to find out if she can give her strength. Just swallow her pride and see if we can do a thing. So long and short, guys, Nat reached out to her and she was willing to write a letter stating that she was willing for us to stay with her and her husband and all of them stuff there, and she provided proof that they were financially able to support us, bearing in mind though that even though they provided all of that, it was never ever the intention for them to support us. We had to find all of that money to support ourselves while we were here. And remember, it's me, Nats, and our artistic daughter, who we never traveled before. We don't have no experience of what living in a new country is gonna be like. So that was a bit challenging. So when she decided to do that, we were like, yeah, that was like the go-ahead that we needed. We started to reach out to like the college, Grand Prairie Regional College. Nats call the college daily because she had a little bit more free time than I did. And she met this awesome lady. She's the international liaison person at the GPRC. And she really and truly helped us out so much in terms of making the process so seamless. So of course I did business administration because that's what my background was in. And then it was time to come up with the money. Guys, I'm telling you guys that we had to be creative. And at one point in time, guys, we had to sell all our furniture. We had to sell all our furniture and stuff like that, and in order to raise money and do different things in order to accumulate money. And you know what the worst part, guys? Most of our furniture was sold to one of Nat's cousin. And all now, we don't get $1. All now we don't get $1, guys. When we see boy, we get all our furniture and shit. I said, boy, no, next week. The tired store. We got so frustrated. We were like, we can't be this close. And then allow money to be the reason why we don't really get to accomplish the dreams and stuff like that. So what I had to do, I had to reach out to my brother and I had to reach out to some friends. And they ended up to get some money definitely and help us out greatly. So my older brother, we have the same parents I was telling you guys about. Like, we grew up together, we know the struggle together, we grow each other. So it wasn't any issue for him to do that for us, and that was what allowed us to get the funds that we needed in order to be here. And then the application process, guys, it was a story in of itself, guys. We were like, oh my God, like, the VAC Center in Jamaica had recently moved from the Canadian Embassy, and it was like at the DHL building in New Kingston. And I'm telling you guys, the process it was not pretty. Going there to drop off the documents and doing a biometric, it was one of the most, what would I say, horrible customer service experience I have personally ever experienced. And I'm like, yo, this must be a sign. I was even standing outside with my documents and everything that they asked us to line up and stuff, and it even started raining. It's kind of raining now, which is kind of ironic, but it even started raining. And we were like, yo, I wonder if this is worth it or not. But then we continued pushing. And then I got approved, and then after I got approved, I applied for Nats and Malika because we were informed, based on all of the research that we did, that applying for the student first make your chances greater. And at this point, guys, we never have no other alternative, because remember now, we sell off everything already. We're basically vested in this right now. If it never work out, we don't know what we would do. we would not know what we would have done, guys. If it didn't work out for us, we have no idea what we would have done. So definitely we took a chance there, and we submitted Nats and Malika's application. And then after a few weeks, lo and behold, we got the good news that everything is approved. And then we were like, yes, this was what changed our lives, guys. Coming to Canada has changed our lives so much for the good, and I wouldn't change anything at all. But it wasn't an easy ride. It was a lot of sleepless nights. It was a lot of sitting down and figuring out what to do, how to do it, how to negotiate this corner, that problem, this problem. And then, long and short, guys, we are in the position that we're in right now, en route to become permanent residency. We're keeping our fingers crossed that we get that good news very soon. We have submitted our documents, but we are just patiently waiting, like everybody else is waiting on IRCC. You know, it's one of the most mental and anxious moments of your life, really. So we are just here trying to keep you guys informed as well, so you guys can know not only our journey, but also have your own journey as well, and be open to sharing your journey and what your journey is like. But in wrapping up this video, what I would like to say, guys, is that, listen, stop procrastinating. Life is not as long as you think it is. Do it now. Get in a position now that you can make an application to change your life, change your family's life. Do not get discouraged because other persons have been refused. Everybody's situation is different. and do not judge your application or put your application together only on information that other persons has given you, but do your own research as well. I cannot emphasize that enough. Do your own research, guys. Make sure that you're comfortable when you're submitting your application, that you have everything intact and there's nothing different you would have done. And once you do that, guys, I'm telling you guys that you will be successful. All right, guys, do not procrastinate anymore. Take this video as a motivation to just go and get that information that you need now to start your process. The dream is real, guys. Living in Canada is wonderful. Is a wonderful experience, and if you have the right mindset, you can change not only your life or your family's life, but you can break whatever generational curse that has been over your life from your born, pretty much. I was never born in luxury. Nat has never been born in luxury. None of we don't have no rich auntie or no rich uncle. We barely didn't even have any savings. We could have barely even saved $5,000 at the time. And if we even saved $5,000, we wouldn't celebrate because that would have been big savings. We never have it. We never have it, guys. So if we can do it, guys, you can do it too. We keep saying it. We keep saying it. And I hope you guys believe it. If we can do it, you can do it too, guys. Try and make a difference in your life and just do it. All right, guys, that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys find some substance in this video right now. I know I've been going on and on, but I get a little bit passionate when I talk about my story. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, guys. Please help us reach our goal of 2,000 subscribers before October month end. Leave a like on the video, guys, and definitely comment and let me know what you guys thought about this video, and also share your journey with me. Let us know what you are going through in terms of your personal journey with immigration or whatever, or if it is that you're here in Canada already, congratulations, welcome to Canada if you're new, and bless up yourself if you're here already as a Jamaican watching this video. If you're anywhere around the world and you have found value moving to where you are at from another country, definitely leave a like, same way, and share your journey as well in the comment section. Let other persons can learn from you. All right, guys, we have a Telegram group for persons who are interested in coming to Canada, but you don't have all the information and you want that resource that you can talk to real people to get that information that can be real and directly aligned to your own personal situation. The link is right in the video description right down below. Consider going and joining that Telegram group, and consider sharing this video as well, so that other persons can know that the Canadian dream is real, it is possible, and it is truly, and it's just great. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Until the next video, Dems out. Peace, love, take care of yourself, and safety. All right, guys.